Hey guys, I wanted to show off my new favorite commander deck. This deck runs Kydele and Tymna as the commanders, but is entirely based on the card Shadowborn Apostle, a 1/1 human cleric for 1 black mana. It has the text, "A deck can have any number of cards named Shadowborn Apostle." This lets us not only break the singleton rule of commander, but also opens us up to some pretty cool deck building options. You can also pay 1 black mana and sacrifice 6 creatures named Shadowborn Apostle to search your library for a demon creature and put it onto the battlefield. I've decided to run 35 Apostles. There are quite a few ways to take advantage of having so many of the same card. First is possibly the most powerful option, Thrumming Stone. This artifact gives our spells Ripple 4, letting us reveal the top 4 cards of our library whenever we cast a spell, and cast all cards that share a name for free. Those spells will also have Ripple 4. Second, Remembrance is an enchantment that allows us to tutor up a creature that shares a name with any of our creatures that die. Useful for keeping Apostles in hand, especially early on. Third is Secret Salvage, a new card from Aether Revolt. This sorcery allows us to exile a Shadowborn Apostle from our graveyard and tutor any number of them into our hand. Depending on what's in our hand, this can actually be our most powerful option. Once we have at least 6 Shadowborn, we want to activate their ability to tutor out one of our 4 demons. Most of the time, we will grab Runescarred Demon. This allows us to tutor up any card from the deck, usually to grab Thrumming Stone or Secret Salvage. We can also grab Deadeye Navigator to flicker the Runescarred Demon to tutor up any single card in our deck that we need. Obnixilis Unshackled punishes opponents who like to tutor and grows in power whenever creatures die, something that happens quite often. Abhorrent Overlord creates a 1/1 flying harpy equal to our Devotion Black. Having a lot of devotion shouldn't be too hard with all our apostles. We could also grab Harvester of Souls to draw through our deck using our many sacrifice outlets. While not as easily tutorable, Fecundity, Grim Haruspix, Skullclamp, and Howling Mine also help us draw through the deck. We can use all this draw power with Kydele to generate tons of mana. With all the creatures we're dumping onto the board, Ashnod's Altar and Cryptolith Rite help generate insane amounts of mana. Nykthos ramps us with all our apostles on the board, while Crypt does the same after sacrificing our team. Urborg makes casting apostles easier, while Westfall Abbey is both a sacrifice outlet and a win condition on its own. Use Teleria West to tutor whichever of these suit our needs. Keep our apostles on the board using Bloodbond March or Immortal Servitude, or combo Rally the Ancestors with Ashnod's Altar to generate even more mana. Edgewalker makes our Shadowborn Apostles free to cast, and this is when Secret Salvage becomes our best tutor option. Rotlung Reanimator makes zombie tokens whenever clerics die, and Zathrid Necromancer does the same when humans die. Apostles just happen to be both. Our win conditions are as follows. Played tons of Shadowborn over and over and over again with Altar of the Brood or Vela the Nightcloud on the field. Vela also doubles as a combat enabler, allowing us to swing with all our Intimidate creatures. Exsanguinate is our big game-winning mana dump card. We also run a couple counterspells to make sure our combos can go off. Disallow stops just about anything that can interrupt a combo, Negate and Swansong counter other counter magic, and Psychic Strike is the only true counter-target spell not requiring 2 blue mana. This is very useful as most of our deck is black. We also have a few utility cards in the deck. Aura Shards deals with most artifacts and enchantments on its own, while Bojuka Bog and Mnemonic Nexus serve to help fight opponents' graveyard strategies. Mnemonic Nexus can also be used when our opponents target our graveyard to save all of our creatures in our graveyard, putting them safely back into our library. Use Tynma to attack early on with your Shadowborn Apostles to draw a few extra cards. As far as your mana base goes, you want to make sure you're hitting your black mana as much as possible, and as such, almost all of our lands can tap for black mana. Before anybody asks, I ended up cutting Athreos from the deck, as usually I want my apostles in my graveyard so that I can resurrect them. I also cut Blood Artist and Friends, as Vela fills the role just fine. She also has protection from Mass Bounce, and generally by the time you're ready to win, mana's kind of irrelevant. However, if you find these cards to be enjoyable, please feel free to run them in the list. In fact, if there are any other cards you would run, please let me know in the comments. If you like the deck, please hit that like button, and if you want more in the future, hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, guys.